us, and I thought we just handled ourselves really well. Didn't get out of control, didn't open ourselves up, and just found a way to get the job done. It's huge blocks at the end from guys, big saves, and just played the right way. I'd like to see us stay on our toes a bit more. I think we can learn from that. But overall, I just loved everyone's compete tonight.
This is obviously uncharted waters, and for you guys to come into this place tonight, how were the fans? And it looked like you guys fed off of them.
Oh man, it was insane out there. Like, just listen to them. It was anytime there was a lull, they just started going. They give us that extra juice, that extra energy to just continue to play. And man, it's so fun to play in front of that. We love it, and they are definitely a big part of this, and we're having a blast with them. And but we're cautious right now. It's one game. I mean, it's 2-1 in the series. That's a hell of a team over there, and we're going to get back to it tomorrow and then find some ways to get better. I talked about it. We got to get better again for Game 4.
Bob helped you a little bit tonight?
Yeah, he made some great saves. I thought their goalie did too. And I mean, when he does that, it just gives us that confidence to keep going and keep playing. And I love the guys compete in front of him though. As much as he made some awesome saves when we had a little couple breakdowns. I mean, we were blocking shots and good sticks, good body positioning in front, and it makes his job easier, I'm sure, if you ask him.
Every game is a one-goal game.
It's Nick Foligno. Let's come over to Cam Atkinson, or I got a better idea. I've got a much better idea. Got time, Boone?
Yeah.
All right. Let's get Boone Jenner here. We got it going. Boone, you had the first goal of this game. A huge goal, especially at the time where they were trying to shut you guys off from that net. You find a way to get there and get the 1-0 lead. Just to have a little breathing room early, how much different did that make the game?
Yeah, our start was, not ideal, I don't think, to the way we wanted to play. But I think that penalty kill, we got some momentum off it, and able to get that first one, which is always big.
The special teams continue to be huge in this series. You mentioned the penalty kill, another power play goal here. That turns out to be the difference maker. And right now, it's just, you can see the confidence oozing out of this team. What's changed here with the group that you just seem like you can do whatever you want?
Yeah, no, we're focusing on it, obviously. Like I said, that penalty kill is a good chance for us to get momentum. And, us going out there, we want to get that for our team. So, and then with the power play, they're feeling it. You can see I think it was almost 2 minutes in zone when they were making plays and scrums around the nets. They're just making really good plays, shooting when they should shoot, and yeah.
From the time Tuukka came out of the net in the last couple of minutes until the final horn sounded in this game, how intense were those minutes? And to an extent, because you win the game, how fun were those minutes?
Yeah, it's definitely intense. A couple icings, a couple big face-offs. I think guys really bought in there and, just got the job done, got it out. Bob made some good saves and got some blocks, some good hard plays by guys, and that's what it takes.
And the funny thing is, even after all this hard work, you're only halfway there, and it's going to be a long haul.
Yeah, for sure. We'll just get ready to go again on Thursday. Learn from this, move on, and focus up for that one.
More than 50
Boone Jenner talking with us here in the dressing room.
Physical game and a disciplined physical game tonight.
A little teamwork here. Get through the traffic in the dressing room. Panarin's over there. I know that's Russian. You've got Dubois over here. He's doing French. If I can find somebody doing English, that would be a great thing. That's how it is. Playoff time. They come from everywhere. It's like Noah's Ark in here. There's two from everywhere in this place. I can tell you that right now. From all over the place. Let's see. Can I get in on Cam Atkinson or not? Oh, wait a minute. You doing English?
Yeah.
Are you?
I can.
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Can you still speak English? You still got it?
Easy switch.
Pierre-Luc Dubois is with me right now. Thanks for being a good sport. This game, I mean, all these 2 years you've been here, you've got a lot of playoff experience. But, man, how about the last 5 minutes of playoff experience you just went through in that game? What's that like?
Yeah, that was crazy. I think, we stayed calm. Obviously, I think, we'd rather, the outcome is, we won, so that's what counts. But I think we can do a little bit better job of sustaining pressure in their zone and, just not being in our zone as much. But like I said, we stayed calm. We blocked some shots. We got pucks out, and we can't complain about that.
How do you stay calm? Like during the regular season, is it because of what you go through during the regular season where sometimes you become unglued and you get to work on it and go over it time and time again, and then when all the chips are on the line, you're more prepared for it?
Yeah, it's experience. There's a couple of times this year, I think, I remember where they pull the goalie and, they tie, and, you look back at, what you can learn from it. You can look back at your mistakes, and come playoff time, it's easy to get overwhelmed with everything going on. But, like I said, it's experience where you have to just take a breath, and it's just, you know, at the end of the day, it's just hockey. It's the same game as preseason. You know what I mean? It's hockey. You know, it's our job, and we just got to stay calm and do it.
The only thing it's not the same is one little mistake can make such a big difference. The goal that they get, I'm sure you guys feel like that one shouldn't have counted. They're going to say they rung a couple off posts and that maybe that could have been different in the game. That's playoffs, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You know, no team's going to complain after a win. We can learn from. We made some mistakes, I think, tonight. We didn't play a perfect game, but you know, a win's a win. That's important to improve every game, improve on our mistakes, not make the same ones every game. And like I said, you can't complain after a win.
You had a lot of good plays in this game, but one of the most impressive for me was in the third period. You're going down the ice, you got a defender right on you. You reach out with one hand, you drag that puck on the backhand, and you're just able to get it deep. You're just able to get it to the boards, and it's about keeping the clock going and running time and keeping it away from them. It's not a glorious play, it doesn't get on the highlights, but those are the plays you have to make, aren't they?
Yeah, it's big plays we talk about. Advancing zones, you know, getting the puck out of our zone into the neutral zone, and then once it's in the neutral zone, to get in the offensive zone. And I don't think there's a stat for that or anything, but they're big plays. I think you look at Boone's line. I think every shift, you know, they advance the puck out of, you know, each zone, one zone at a time. So it's not, you know, it's not the most exciting thing. It's not on the stat sheet, but you know, it's when the game finishes 2-1. You know, it's one of the reasons maybe why we won.
I know your dad was here tonight, and I'm sure he notices those kind of plays. You looking forward to talking to him about it?
Yeah. It's 10 o'clock, so I'll probably talk to him tomorrow.
What, you got to go to bed?
He's probably excited to talk to me about it, but you know, I got to go to bed, so we'll talk about it tomorrow morning.
All right, I'll let you out of here. Great job tonight.
Thank you.
Power play that Duchesne scored on, there was a lot to like on that power play, but what stood out to you the most and just how dominating their play was there?
Well, the retrievals of the puck, and Dutchy had a lot to do with that also. There were so many pucks to the blue and loose pucks after. I thought Dutchy did it, and I'm sure there's a couple other guys, but I just noticed Dutchy retrieve a lot of pucks to keep us in the zone. Jonesy makes another play at the blue line. We just tried to stay with it.
John, can you you have so many players on this team that have garnered headlines and talk this year. Can you just discuss what Boone Jenner means to this team, especially in a setting like this? And does his importance and your respect for him sort of elevate in these games?
That's the best I've seen him play since I've been here. At a very important time, obviously, and we're getting a lot out of that line. He's leading the way, makes a couple of huge blocks at the end. He is. There's no maintenance to him. I've bounced him around on the power play, off the power play, bounced him around on different lines. He just plays. And for some of our young guys, they don't need to look too far as what a pro is. They just need to look right there in his stall.
John, what did you know about Matt Duchesne before you started coaching him, and what have you learned about him?
I didn't know anything about him. Obviously, I knew he was a really good player, talented player. Can he defend? Is he coachable? You get all those questions. You have all people giving you all this information. Since I have coached him, the thing I truly respect about him, he's a hockey player. He likes talking hockey. He's always involved with the video, looking for extra video. He's been he's made some big plays at key times for us here, in a guy that's very inexperienced in playoffs. So it's a good marriage for us as far as the deadline, getting us situated, and he's making some big plays for us here.
John, a couple of your guys tonight said that the thing that they notice about this team that has maybe set them apart from past teams is their camaraderie. Is that chemistry coming from winning, or is the winning coming from the team's chemistry?
Well, I think it's a good question. I think as I thought it all started, it's funny what happens in playoffs, just certain plays in that Tampa series when we come back in that first game, and I go back to that play that we've all talked about, is the save Bob makes to keep it 3-0 instead of 4, and then we score a goal to make it 3-1. and it gives us an opportunity to come back in that game. I think that starts galvanizing you as far as just believing. And as we went about our business, we find a way to beat that team. So certainly winning helps, but I'm not sure which one comes first. Different situations arise, and I'm not sure which one comes first.
John, after game one, you put Seth Jones at the top on that power play and took Werenski off, so you put a right-handed shot instead of a left. Why do you think that is working against this particular team? What has that change done for your power play?
You get no information from me about that. We're still in the middle of a series.
John, did you have any favorite Bobrovsky saves tonight?
He when we were holding on there, I mean, he's played that well, and I think if teams find their way in winning games like this, playoff games where the teams are so evenly matched throughout, it surges both ways. Your goaltender has to be your best player, and he has been.
John, when the arena's like that, just going crazy, probably the loudest I've heard it. How much do you guys feed off that? How much do the players feed off that?
Yeah, you got to ask them about that. I think it's, I don't want to. I think we've got to be really careful here. We got a game in 2 days, and I don't want to get too. We just got to make sure we keep our wits about ourselves. But I'm happy that the people are able to experience some things in this building, and we win a game tonight. I'm glad they're part of it. But we go back to work tomorrow and get ready for our next game.
And the 2-1 goal for them that was allowed, were you surprised it was allowed after it was waved off on the ice?
It's the right call.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the right call.
Let me ask you this, how did you think your team responded to that? I know you had a break there between you had intermission to maybe settle yourself.
I don't think that affected us. I don't think it affected. I thought we started off early, but we held on in that second half of that third period. And, people can criticize, they took their foot off the gas, they're holding on to the lead. It's human nature. That team is just taking chance after chance. And you just end up being a little bit safe in certain situations instead of making plays. And we had some nerves. But you know what? We blocked shots at the end. Our goaltender stood on his head at key times, and we find a way to win the game.
Zach Werenski said he thinks this game is come along. He's combined the offense with the defense. What have you seen from him in the playoffs?
Well, just that. He's one of our top players. I mean, we've talked about this guy 100 times. You know how I feel about it. He has really grown defensively, and he's one of our top offensive guys.
John, what are you picking up from your guys in terms of mentality after each win, before they go into the next game? Like, are you picking something up? Do you see a belief that continues to grow? Is there some things signs that you see?
The thing that's important, and we certainly talk about it the next day. Yeah, I want them to be as excited as they possibly can tonight. They have a right to be. But when we come back the next day, it's time to work, and that's where. I think as we've played more playoff games as an organization the past few years, that's what we're beginning to learn, especially right now. You come back, you win your home game after you split in Boston, and we have to be really careful as far as where we go with this. The next few hours, damn right, you should feel 10 feet tall. When we come back to the building tomorrow and get back to work, this is where I think our team has made some tremendous strides in understanding, just flatline a little bit here and get ready for our next game.
John, did you see the punch to the back of the head that Brad Marchand put to Scott Harrington?
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on it?
I'm not giving you my thoughts. I don't need to give any thoughts on that. You guys can come up with something there.
Right here. John, the third period, you guys were in the penalty, and then Anderson come down and drew a penalty. Was that just another one of those plays in the clutch defensively that you guys were making in the third period?
Yeah, well, you could tell Andy saw that it was a forward, I think it's a really smart play by Andy in really testing him. And I think it was Marchand, and I think Bergeron was the other guy back. I think it's a really smart play as far as trying to bring it to the net and try to draw something. They've got a really good power play. It's a one-goal game, and we don't let them stay on that power play too long because of that play.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bob McElligott and Jody Shelley with you right now as we get ready for Jody's take on this game. Have your ears stopped ringing yet?
What? No. And all I see is white towels, and what a great atmosphere for this team to play in tonight. They knew it was going to be this way, but they never expected that to happen the entire game. And the Blue Jackets fans, when things got quiet, they didn't quit. It's a different brand of fan here. They just willed their team right to the end. What an atmosphere for these guys. They had no choice but to be engaged, and they were engaged. They played a sound hockey game. They played the physical game to start. They kept the Bruins to the outside. The Bruins had surges, but when they did, the Blue Jackets relied on goaltending and simple hockey to get it out, and then they took advantage of opportunities. They only allowed one goal tonight on Bobrovsky. He got pushed a lot of times, but I tell you, to watch these guys in the big moment, think about the pressure at the end of that game with the goaltender out, and the Boston Bruins, who have no quit in them. Blue Jackets found a way to lock them down. They've now frustrated them, and the Boston Bruins wanted one of the last two games for sure. That one-day rest after playing that 7-game series, that was crucial to either come out of that game in Boston with the overtime win or come here tonight and get this one. They didn't get either, and the Blue Jackets now have control of the series.